Right, this is something we should all know how to do. Talking about CPR, it could be the difference between someone's life or death, and it's becoming a lot more simpler than you would ever think. Here at the little CPR training that all of us can use is Captain with the Albuquerque Fire Department, Kevin O'Brien. Captain, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning, thank you.
Thanks for bringing our friends. Hold off on any jokes, please, from the peanut gallery. Okay. CPR. I think before, I'd taken some classes with the Red Cross, a lot of people did. There were all these numbers. You had to know chest compression to breaths and all this kind of stuff. What did you all learn about this through some scientific research?
What we've learned is that every time we stop CPR, the blood is flowing through the body, and that's what we're trying to do when we're pushing on the chest, is we're circulating that blood. And every time we stopped pushing on the chest, the blood would stop, obviously enough. But that pressure inside the brain would drop to a point at a critical level. Okay. And what we need to do is we got to keep that blood circulating. So in essence, breathing for the person doesn't really help that much anymore.
Okay, so that's all. When you talk about that, those are the breaths that you would give, because there was some number. It was
we
what,
used
like
to
30
show up and
chest
you do look, listen, and feel, and all those numbers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember like you had to tilt the head back. Right. You had to get down and see if you could like hear a breath, feel a breath, see the chest moving.
Lots of stuff to try to remember, lots of numbers to remember. And then there was that question of, oh my gosh, do I even know this person, and do I want to be kissing them?
Right.
Because
I mean, let's be honest. You can do CPR on a dummy all day long, and it's fine. But you do it to a real person. There's fluid going to be coming up.
Maybe
it's not a pretty sight necessarily. I mean, the person's life is in danger. So what you all found out is just chest compressions. That's it.
Just chest compressions. If you push on that chest, circulate the blood. It keeps the brain oxygenated, because when you're pushing on that chest, you're actually having some passive ventilation. You are moving some air into the body, and there's already a certain amount of oxygen still left in the blood. So we just want to keep circulating the blood. Okay. Push on the chest, hard and fast, and that's going to make that person more receptive to our treatment when we show up. Okay,
so you're talking about doing this while someone else is calling 911 until the fire department paramedics are getting there.
Correct. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to try to wake the person up. Hey, hey, are you okay? Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Okay. They don't respond.
If they don't respond, the other thing we're going to look is, are they breathing normally? Okay. And if the answer to that is no,
okay, so how can you tell if they're breathing normally or not? What's going to be some of the signs here?
Everybody knows what a normal breath looks like. Okay. But it's that weird kind of guppy breathing,
gurgling,
or gasping breath. Yeah. If they're doing anything like that, start pushing. Okay. Call 911.
Right.
Call 911 first.
Okay.
And then you're going to start pushing on the chest.
Okay. So where do you push on the chest? What are the hand placements? What do you want people to know?
So we're going to call 911. We check for responsiveness. We're going to call 911. We're going to open the shirt if we can, but don't spend a lot of time trying to get the shirt off if it's not possible.
Sure.
And then basically right in the middle of the chest. Okay. We used to spend all this time trying to follow the rib cage and all that. You can look at a person and see where the middle of the chest is. Okay. So put the heel of your hand, this part of your hand right here, right in the middle of the chest, right between the nipples. All right. So kind of get your right leg up a little bit. There you go. Get yourself a good platform. Take your other hand and you put it right on top and lock those fingers. Okay. We lock our elbows, get our shoulders right up over the chest so we got a good platform. Okay. And then we just start pushing. All right. You're going to push hard and fast. You got to push harder than that. Lock your elbows. You're bending your, there you go. Lock your elbows.
Okay, so you really want, I mean, this is not easy.
No, it's not.
This is not a love tap.
No. You got to push about 2 inches, and you're going to be cracking some ribs. You're going to feel it kind of give, and you got to push hard and fast. Your placement, you probably need to be up a little bit more, right in the middle of the chest. Right? Okay. Not over the belly button.
You should almost feel like the chest muscles come together a little bit.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, you'll feel those pec muscles come together. So you're going to push hard and fast, and then we got to do this at 100 beats per minute.
100 is per minute?
100 beats per minute. If you remember that song from the 70s?
Yeah, the Bee Gees?
The Bee Gees. Go, Staying Alive, all right? Sing that song.
Staying alive, staying alive.
There you go.
Staying alive.
There you go.
I can't hit that high note, Captain. I cannot hit the high note.
Nobody can hit that high note.
Okay, let me tell you this. This wears you out, no matter if you're in shape or not.
Yeah, and so how long were we doing that? Maybe
45 seconds?
Maybe.
Whew. Are you alive? I hope you're alive now.
It's going to take us about 4 minutes to get there.
On average?
On average. That's kind of our average response time. So yeah, it's going to wear you out. You're going to get tired.
Can you have someone else jump in?
Yeah. So at roughly we talk about the 1 minute point. Yeah. If after about 30 compressions to a minute. So count to 100. When you get to 100, switch out with somebody. And it's that easy. I taught you how to do it in
So you could just, I mean, you don't even have to, because I think before, like, people were like, oh, I got to go to the Red Cross or go to you all, get a CPR
I got to have a card in my wallet to be able to do it.
So no more of that. Anybody can help anybody.
Anybody can do it. You're protected under a Good Samaritan Law. That's one of the questions people ask about.
Because I know some people say, I'm afraid to get involved. I hear that from so many people, and I'm sure you do too. I'm afraid to get involved. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to break their sternum, break some ribs, and then get sued.
If we don't do something, this person's going to die.
Okay.
So bad CPR is better than no CPR.
All right.
And you need to get on their chest and start pushing on it.
So I think this is really interesting. Right now, the cardiac arrest rate of people surviving here in Duke City is 20%. You're modeling a program here off of Seattle.
Yeah.
And they have had some ridiculously amazing results up there.
Numbers.
Yeah, tell me about that.
In Seattle, their cardiac survival rate for a witnessed cardiac arrest is about 70%.
70%. 7 out of 10 people survive going into cardiac arrest. Here in Albuquerque, 2 out of 10 people survive.
Yes.
Why? What's the difference here? Is it because they're a healthier city, or they're a better state, or anything?
No. A lot of it has to do with their cardiac arrest, their CPR program. They have a wonderful program, community outreach program that they've been doing actually since the 70s.
Okay.
So we're behind the curve in that,
Okay.
and we want to get this information out to everybody. We've made it very simple. I hope in the next 1 to 2 years that our cardiac arrest survival rate will double.
Okay.
And if we think about that, that's a family member, that's a friend, that's a coworker.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a guy in our office that's a young gentleman like myself that had a witnessed cardiac arrest. His family did CPR on him, and he's alive today. He's walking around, and he's going to have another probably 30, 40 years of productivity, in our community. And that's what we want.
And a lot of it is because just chest compressions, the new CPR.
Just the new CPR.
Captain Kevin O'Brien with the Albuquerque Fire Department. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for teaching us. If folks want to find out more about this, head to our website at krqe.com. We have much more there. You can get a hold of the fire department that way. Good to see you, Captain. Thanks for coming in. We'll be right back.